And so when I started taking accountability for my actions, all of a sudden I stopped feeling like the victim. I stopped, everyone who was in my life that had ever done me dirty, I had this victim mentality for so many years. And it wasn't until I got sober that I was able to see, like, nobody put a gun to my head and put me in those situations. Like, I chose to be in those situations because I was drinking and using and making the wrong decisions. And so I'm not a victim anymore. This
Yeah.
is what I created. And so, now I surround myself with positive people. Like, if I don't like their vibe, or I don't like what they're about, or what kind of, like, what their if their goals aren't in line with my goals, then it's easy. I just separate myself and surround myself with like-minded people, where before I would stay in those situations and make it worse by drinking and using, and then wonder why things are all fucked up, and then, you know kind of like feel sorry for myself and just do more of the negative stuff that I
Yeah, I
was
think when
doing.
you're younger, I don't think you understand sometimes how, like, the group of people that you hang around with, if they're always kind of on some like negative shit or loser type shit, then it starts bringing you down. I think that's why me and you always got along, because I think I know in high school, like when we would get into fights with people and stuff, we kind of saw, at least I saw that. That's when I really started noticing, like, all these fools be acting tough, but when it came down to really doing shit, they didn't want to do shit. And I was like, and I always tell people, I'm like, oh, I'm
Yeah,
like, boy, Eric, me and him always, because I always felt like, I said we would actually do it, or we would actually fight, and these other guys wouldn't. And it's not a knock on them, but I just started. That's where I started learning, like, okay, there's the guys that actually that say shit, and there's a guy that actually do shit, and that's kind of how going to the
yeah,
military. Like, I was like, there's these guys that say I'm gonna go to the military, but they never go, and then there's these guys that I'm gonna do this, and they never do. And then I started just learning, like, man, I said there's two groups of people. It's just the doers and the fucking talkers. And then I never wanted to just be a talker. I was like, and I said, even if you do something and you don't succeed, at least you fucking did it. You know what I mean?